YouTube is littered with daily habits of millionaires and videos like that, but they're all geared towards people that are like corporate sellout entrepreneurs. I haven't seen any videos on habits you should build as a DJ or a producer to make sure you stay healthy, your money is in order, and all that good stuff. Because all of those morning routine and personal habit videos are great if you work 9 AM to 5 PM, but what happens if you work 5 PM to 9 AM? DJs, producers, I'm here to help out. Hey guys, my name's Brandon. I used to DJ and produce as Wilco. I don't DJ anymore, but what I share on this YouTube channel is some of the lessons that I learned from my time when I was a DJ, because some of those lessons were physically, emotionally, or financially expensive. So I just share them with you on this YouTube channel right now so that you don't need to repeat the dumb mistakes that I made, because I have the benefit of hindsight, which is 2020. So other than that, here are 5 habits that I wish I implemented and started building while I was a DJ. Firstly, this is the biggest one for all of you, so I'm just gonna put it up the front. Put aside money for your super, or the Americans that are watching, your retirement, your 401k, I don't know what the fuck it's called. So because you're a subcontractor, your superannuation isn't automatically put aside in your paycheck every week or every fortnight, whatever it is that you get paid. Guys, I'm editing this right now and I forgot to mention one really important thing. So any subcontractors in Australia, I've heard recently there's some changes to laws that if you're regularly subcontracted by someone, they're now legally obligated to pay your superannuation as well. I'm not clear on all the details, go do some research, but that will be worth looking into, because it means you don't need to put aside your superannuation yourself. The person subcontracting you is now legally obligated to. Go do some research, talk to an accountant and see if it's applicable to you. But I wanted to make sure to mention that because that's really important. And DJs are really, really bad at this, and the longer you put this off, the worse off you're going to be when you're like approaching retirement age, because you didn't spend age 18 to 30 putting aside any money, or how long you decide to DJ for. Now, I understand, like, being a DJ, especially if you're full-time, depending the level of success that you're at right now, if you're just starting out, you're probably not making too much money, or you could be really, really successful. I don't know where you're at. It doesn't matter, you should still do this. And I know, when you're young, you're like 21. When I was 21, bro, I didn't think I was gonna live past 27. So I was literally telling my parents, like, why the fuck would I put aside money when I'm 60? I'm probably gonna be dead by the time I'm 27. That was like actually a legitimate thought that I had. Kind of dark. Let's move on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump on my computer. I'm gonna show you the effects of compounding so that I can put into like a hard dollars and cents fact what would happen if you just put aside a small portion of your DJ income into something that returns 10 to 12% annual returns. All right, in less than 60 seconds, I'm gonna show you really quickly why you should put aside money from your DJing income into like an ASX 200 or an S&P 500, or just something that will give you 10 to 12% returns on your money. Let's say you're 18, you just started playing clubs, retire 67, whatever. You have nothing and you're just putting aside $400 a month for 10 to 12% returns. It's not $235,000, which would be it if it wasn't compounding. It is $6,268,352. Now, what I want to give you guys is a sense of urgency, because if you wait till how old I am now and you just do the same, it becomes $2,529,000. So you lose like 2/3 of that. So really, the best time to start is fucking when you were born. So start now. Doesn't matter how small it is, as long as it's more important that you start than you wait for the right time. It's time in the market, not timing the market. But also, guys, I don't want to become a finance channel. I just want to introduce you guys to this concept. Go do your own research, not a finance channel. That's my disclaimer. Secondly, count the money. So get some kind of accounting software like QuickBooks or fucking something. There's a bunch of accounting and bookkeeping software out there which has apps on your phone, so you can literally like leave a gig, and when you're in the Uber home, you can send the invoice. You can check if it's paid, you can send reminders, you can get paid faster when you have reminders, you can stay on top of all of that. And if you don't have an accountant, which you fucking should, I know a bunch of you don't, because you don't pay your taxes. When you do have an accountant, his life is gonna be so much easier, and when the Australian Taxation Office fucking dog cunts come knocking on your door, you're gonna stress so much less. Trust me, I'm 27 now. There are 2 inevitabilities of life: death and taxes. They both come knocking on your door. So get an accounting software. Stop doing this like manually make up your like invoice in the Google sheet and then email to them. Just get bookkeeping software. It will also let you track your personal spending as well. So depending on the structure of your like ABN, so if you're an Australian DJ, you've probably got like a sole trader account, which means that money is also your money. You're not a proprietary limited company or something like that, where they're 2 separate entities. It means you can track your personal spending as well, and what gets measured gets improved. I'm personally someone that for a long time has had a really bad relationship with money, because I failed accounting 100 twice at university. So whenever anyone brought up money or accounting or finance, my guard just went up because it attacked my ego and I wasn't good at it. but what gets measured gets improved. You can't just like stick your head in the sand and pretend it doesn't exist. The money's there. Thirdly, exercise. It took me nearly dying, literally, to actually start doing this. So for those of you that have only been following me like recently, I got super overweight because I was drinking heaps. I really like double blacks and they're full of sugar. Like 2 months ago, I competed in my first bodybuilding competition. When I think about it, I kind of like completely overcorrected. Bodybuilding competitions aren't actually healthy. But try and exercise. Just start easy if you find it difficult. Like when I actually started, like I train 6 times a week now. I spend, I think like $300 or $400 a week on a personal trainer right now. Like, cause I really value, I'm not saying that you need to spend that much money on your like exercise, but I really value my personal fitness, and so that my financial investment just matches my personal investment. But to start easy, like when I started, it was literally just me putting on shoes and just like going for a walk for like literally just 15 minutes and then just slowly improving. But that was 4 years ago. It's hard, bro. Like just start simple. Just go to the gym once. Actually, now I'm thinking I'm going to tie a bonus tip to this exercise tip. Try and go to the gym with someone and make time for like social life at the gym, because typically as a DJ, most of your social life will be in like loud, dark nightclubs. And one of the things that happened for me was I didn't really feel like I had any friends, because I felt like all of those interactions were really, most of them anyway, were really like surface level and synthetic. And so when I didn't hang out with anyone like in the real world, so to speak, I felt like I really didn't have any friends and I felt really lonely. So one of the habits I also wish that I started doing earlier was actually making time for friends and like social relationships outside of loud, dark nightclubs where everyone's fucking hammered. Because other than that, the only other place that I speak to people are in the fucking green room. So if you can tie exercise with your social life, two birds, one stone. Number 4 ties in really well with the last one, just your diet. Now this one really depends on your personal relationship with alcohol. I had a really toxic relationship with alcohol, physically and emotionally. And so I drank a lot. There was literally a period where I was actually sponsored by an anti-hangover product because I was like their perfect poster child. I was in like all their ads and shit. So depending on your personal relationship with alcohol, you need to adjust your diet throughout the rest of the week accordingly. I got a really good piece of advice, which I still remember to this day. I got it about 5 or 6 years ago from the manager of a nightclub that I worked at. When I started getting into trying to get myself back into shape, because I kind of got really overweight. What he said was, Brandon, your body is a bit like a car. You can thrash it from time to time as long as you give it the service that it needs. So you can thrash it on the weekend, but you need to make up for it during the week by giving it the right fuel, the right oil, the tender love and care that your car needs, which is ironic because my car doesn't turn on right now and I can't be fixing it. Look, there's nothing wrong with having fun, drinking a lot on the weekend, as long as you're being responsible, you're not hurting anyone else. But you can't keep your foot on the accelerator, and that's one thing that I did way too much when I was younger, and I'm paying the effects of it now. One really useful resource, if you're not watching, is Huberman Lab. I'm not going to try and give too much advice on like personal health and stuff on this channel because I'm not a fucking medical professional. So what I would like to do is refer to other people that are experts, and do refer to other experts as well. So look up Huberman Lab on YouTube. He's already very popular, so you probably have heard of him, but you should go to him as your single source of truth for all, well, one of your sources of truth for all things health and longevity. And the 5th habit that you should start learning, I wrote it down in my notes as learn the next skill in the skill tree. Now, the analogy that I'll use to explain this is, imagine like a character in a video game and you have like all the different skill unlocks and you have that skill tree. Let's use a DJ character example. Okay, I know how to mix. What's the next skill? I know how to make mashups and edits. What's the next skill? I know how to produce. Here's the fact of the matter. You're in a really competitive industry. A lot of people want to be DJs and producers. And so you can't do the same thing as everyone else and expect different results. You guys know I love using simple models. And an excuse to use my iPad. Oh, it's dead. That's awkward. Okay, I'll just draw it in the air. By statistical definition, 50% of you are below average DJs, 50% of you are above average DJs. If you want to be 2 or 3 standard deviations above everyone else, which means you're better than 97% or 99.7% of other DJs, you can't do the same things and have the same inputs as the other 97 or the other 99.7% of people. It's impossible. So you need to build a habit of always constantly going, what's the next valuable skill I need to learn? And then just learning it. Now, one of the things you're probably wondering is, Brandon, I don't know what the next skill is. It's not a linear progression. Here's one thing I'd like you to do after this video. Actually, 2. Firstly, subscribe to me. By the way, I'm trying to get to 1,000 like subscribers before, I think I said like April or something. I am running out of time, so if you can help me out, I'd love you for it. But the main thing I want you to do is just think of something that you don't know how to do in the DJ producer space. Above this video, just type it into the search bar. Then click a bunch of shit. What will happen is the YouTube algorithm will figure out that you're trying to learn new skills as a DJ and producer, and soon enough, probably the next time you open YouTube on a new tab, your recommended feed is going to be a bunch of new skills that you can learn. And so what you can do is optimize the environment. So rather than having to go out and search for stuff, just give stuff to the YouTube algorithm so it will just serve it to you, because YouTube wants to keep you on the platform. And so it needs to know what you want to keep you there. And if you give it a bunch of signals, it's like, I want to get better as a DJ and producer, it's going to give you stuff to make you better as a DJ and producer. So there you are, guys. So those are the 5 habits I wish I built as a DJ. Put money aside for your retirement, count the money, get like some bookkeeping or accounting software, exercise, diet, put the right fuel in your body so you can thrash it on the weekend if you are, and just learn the next skill in the skill tree. Have a nice day.